All right, Taurus besties, this is part 2. So if you missed part 1 of August, go watch that first. The video started fucking up. So here we are in part 2. So, yep. So I'm not going to do my introduction. So hopefully this one works fine so I can move on to Leo's rating. Okay. It's good now. My numbers are accurate. It's only showing me one person, but it is what it is. Can you see me now? Because if you can see me, I'm going to go ahead and get started so we can finish this reading before it starts to fuck up again. Okay, cool. So basically what I was saying was, remember the reason why you started whatever it is that you're doing. You're using what you got to get what you want, meaning you are only there to match the frequency of what you're trying to call in, right? The only reason why I'm working in this, fancy restaurant is because I'm trying to match the frequency of being around millionaires. Or the only reason why I'm working in this country club is so I can match the frequency of who comes in this country club. The only reason why I took this job as a stage manager is so I can match the frequency of being on the stage, right? Don't get caught up in the negative shit that's going to be happening, because whoever you're dealing with, wherever you are, there's always bad shit that's happening there. It don't concern you. Do not get caught up in that. Spirit is saying you are only there to match the frequency of what you are trying to manifest. You are not trying to get caught up in that negative shit. That is bad karma. So you want to match the frequency, not receive the bad karma. So don't forget why you're there. Okay? Don't forget why you're there. Meaning you may start this job, but the reason why you started that was not for friends, unless that's what you're trying to manifest. You didn't start that for friends because not those people that's going to sit there and gossip about people. That's going to bring your frequency down. You have the 3 of Cups, you have Judgment, and you have the 4 of Cups. Spirit is saying in order to call in what you're manifesting, you need to go ahead and ignore what does not match the frequency. Whatever doesn't match the frequency. Goddess, hello, good evening, because the decision has already been made. The decision has already been made for what it is that you're manifesting to come your way. All you needed was one simple thing. One simple thing. You are there to match the frequency. Match the frequency. That is it. Your vibration just needs to be lifted, and you can't do it alone. You have to get into the energy of money loves me. And if you can't do it by yourself, which is why your manifestation did not show up, that's why Spirit made you get that job, or allowed you to get that job, presented you that job. That's why Spirit, presented you whatever it is, okay, that involves money in some type of way. Right? So there's a frequency that I feel like you're going to end up needing to match, that you may need some assistance with matching in August. It's going to bring through whatever it is that you need that will be able to allow you to match the frequency. Okay, now let's move the fuck on. So, what's coming unseen for you, Taurus? You got signs. Conclusion. One last thing. That's it. That's it. That's how close you are to whatever you're manifesting to come through. One last thing. And one of the reasons why I feel like it may take some of you guys longer is because you're not ready to let go of the toxic shit. You're going to get caught up in those side conversations where they're gossiping and they're, doing whatever they're doing, right? Where they're cheating the system in some type of way. You're going to get caught up in it, which is going to take you a lot longer to remember why the fuck you're there. You're going to allow yourself to go through some type of bad thing because you forgot. You forgot. I mean, you're only human, so it's normal, but it's going to take you a minute. One card. What's coming unseen? And you have fall, which is around the corner. You got lessons at the bottom of the deck. You got the Knight of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. You can stay on this path. Spirit is saying you can choose this. You can choose this. Whatever job is meant to be temporary, which is why I said it may take you a little longer to get to what you're trying to manifest. You can choose to stay at this job. You can choose to make this a permanent job. You can choose to make it one. Whatever person comes your way, you can choose to make this a relationship. You may decide, well, I'm going to marry them. I'm going to allow this love bombing to happen. I'm going to marry them. I'm going to have children by them. I'm going to whatever. You can choose it. You can choose it. Some of you will choose it. You learned enough lessons, you won't choose it. But if you did not, you will choose it, which will only just block and delay what you are really trying to manifest. Do not be fooled, Taurus. We are in the age of Aquarius. Stop playing. Do not be fooled. You got the Seven of Pentacles. Wait for what you know to be for you. And you know it because you know what you manifested. You know what you manifested. You know what you called in. You know exactly how it looks, exactly how it should feel. Wait for it. Understand what is only temporary and what is not. You went through enough life lessons at this point, Taurus, that you are ready for what it is that you're manifesting. You're ready for it. But you got to raise that vibration up. You got to raise that frequency up because you have endured certain things that have brought your frequency down where you don't have what it is that you desire. And some of you guys, like I said, somewhere in this reading, you have shifted and changed your standards when it came to your manifestation because you wanted it too much. So now one of the things that Spirit is granting you is the ability to, do what it is that you love, but not exactly what you're manifesting, right? Not exactly what you're manifesting. So therefore you don't, what was it? Bring down basically what it is that you were selective about. Remember when I said like the example of the 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't need this. I don't need this. Therefore, so you don't have to, do all that other shit. Do all that. I don't need this. I forgot what it's called, but take it how motherfucker resonate. Let's move on. Last on our list, what's Spirit's message to you? And then I'll be doing Leo right after this. And like I said, join me 8:30 p.m. Central Time for question and answers. If you don't see me exactly at 8:30, I needed a break. That means Leo ran over a little bit and I don't feel like I had enough time of a break. But I will be there tonight on my main channel. Link down below in the description box. What's Spirit's message to you? You have the Knight of Wands. Passionate, confident, charismatic, restless, events requiring immediate action. Trust your instincts. Stay focused. A passionate relationship. With the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom. Seeds, well-planted efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future. The need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future. Unnecessary worry. Spirit's biggest focal point here is whatever they're sending your way or allowing you to participate in, because remember, the universe can take that away. It's really for your highest good. It's for your highest good. But you can always, because there's always a light and there's always the dark. You can always, get trapped in the dark. And you got free will. Spirit can just stop everything. You got the King of Wands. I feel like Spirit wants you to get excited. Spirit wants you to get excited. You got the Knight of Wands again. Spirit wants you to get excited. But you know how like when you first start a new job, you get excited about the fact that you're starting this job, then eventually that excitement dies off. That's what they're trying to get you to stop at. When that excitement starts to die off and you start to be like, I don't want to get out of bed anymore. I'm trying to get you to get off that fucking train. Take the leap where you're supposed to be. All I needed was your vibration to raise up. When you start to feel like you're tired of dealing with this person, you're tired of dealing with this job, think about how your vibration is starting to go down again. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you're ready for it. Okay? So when you're at your high, go for it, Taurus. Go for it. Don't let that shit lower you now. Because then whatever you're trying to manifest, you won't be ready for it again. And the Queen of motherfucking Wands. Come on. You gonna be ready for it. It's gonna be ready for you. Look at all this fucking fire here. You got the Ace of Swords right here. Look at all this fire here. And remember, you got the Knight of Wands here twice. Knight of Wands in the beginning, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands. Look at all this fire here. You are going to be ready for it. Spirit is saying, I am preparing you. And this isn't one of those preparing seasons where this is going to take forever. It just needs a quick switch, right? I need you to concentrate on something else so you can raise that vibration up. You can get happy about it. You can feel blessed to have it. You can feel abundant. You can feel prosperous or whatever. Just for that time being. And when you feel that, when you feel like you're at your highest, go for it. Go for it. Take the leap, Taurus. Take the leap. Don't wait for the shit to die off. You got Temperance. You got Judgment. Spirit got your back, Taurus. Spirit got your back. And you got the King of Pentacles here. Spirit got your back. Wherever you're going, Spirit is saying it's only temporary. But when you know it's time, you're going to know it's time. All the signs are going to point to yes. You're going to know it's time. It's time for you to get up out of there. Right? There's been plenty of times where I started a job and then I don't like change. Right? And fixed signs don't like change. And I got like 3 major placements with fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio. I fucking hate change. I do not like it whatsoever. So if I get real comfortable where I'm at, you know, my little Cancer sign loves comfortability. So I get comfortable at that job. And, you know, I would love it and everything. Everything was going the way I needed it to go. I met people. I got comfortable with who was there. And then all of a sudden, somebody quits. And then they get replaced. Somebody gets fired. And then they get replaced. One day I wake up and all these different people around me that don't even get me are around me. And I don't like that. Okay, one of the last jobs I had, the system started changing. You couldn't hear them on the phone. It was the first and last call center I worked. You couldn't hear them on the phone, and they just kept changing shit and protocol. And it aggravated me so fucking much. So fucking much. I knew it was time to go. I took that leap and I said, well, fuck it. I'm going to do Uber and Lyft. I need to feel free. I don't care. I don't know how it's going to happen. And Spirit still sustained what it is that I needed. But imagine had I stayed, right? Because Uber and Lyft helped me get to here, right? But if I stayed torturing myself, I would have stayed longer because I would have felt like, well, I need the money. Instead of using the opportunity before I lost that car to the repossession people, instead of using the opportunity while I had that car to do Uber and Lyft to go ahead and create this, because imagine I was still at that job and then I was going to go through what I was already about to go through. I was at that job and then they came and took that car. I wouldn't have thought about this channel whatsoever, right? Because in the meantime, while I was doing Uber and Lyft, I was working on this channel. And then when they took the car, I was working on this channel, right? But had I stayed at that job, this channel would not, well, not this channel, the main channel. The main channel would not have really existed ever, really. Because I would have been more concerned at the fact that I don't have the money that I need. How am I going to get to work, right? How am I going to get to work? I was manifesting, I don't want to work for anybody. I want to do things by myself. And when Spirit presented the opportunity to me, I took it. I just want you to see how different those paths are. The first path of that job was the temporary part. When all hell broke loose, Spirit was like, move on to something else. Take the leap, move on to something. Quit that fucking job, right? I quit the job. Like I said, I did Uber and Lyft. That was going in the other path, but I wasn't quite ready yet. I was still at my pause phase. Then I started working on the channel, the main channel full time or whatnot, putting a little bit more work into it. Then eventually, when the car was gone, I didn't have to worry about how I was going to get to work. I was working from home anyway. So fuck it, take the fucking car. At this point, there's Uber and Lyft. If I want to go get food, this store is right around the corner. I could walk there. The gas station's right there. I could walk there if I want to go get smokes and stuff. I don't really need anything, right? I was more prepared. And that's the Spirit saying to you. It is going to present itself to you, whether it's August, September, or sometime soon. It's going to present itself to you. And when it's time for you to take it, take it. First, it's going to be the temporary pause, right? The temporary thing. Take it. But when the signs point to get your ass the fuck on, get your ass the fuck on. Don't wait. Because imagine, once again, if I had waited, I wouldn't have saw very clearly. I would have had no money. I wouldn't have had a way to get to the job. And I wouldn't have really started the channel to really make any money from it. So I would have been ass out of luck. Right? So anyway, y'all, that's pretty much our business. Not business, but business. But you're reading. Bye, y'all.